Okay, this is 7th grade before 8th grade and solving an equation of finding unknown variable. For instance, we'll say find x. We don't know what x equal to. So since it's addition, x plus 2 equal to 4, so we need to find x. So we have to have x alone standing equal to number. So we is unknown now x. So in order to find, we have to subtract these two. So plus 2 minus 2, it cancels out. Then this side you're gonna have only x. And then if you subtract it here, then you have to subtract the other side too, because original equation was saying is equal. Since they are equal, you have to, and you subtract it here, you have to subtract the other side too. So if you subtracted 2 here, it cancels, so this x is coming down here, and then you have 4 here. 4 minus 2 is 2. Now we know what x is, right? So what about if it is a subtraction? X minus 2 equal to 4. Then this time you add in order to cancel this side for the 2. So x only now is coming down for this side, right? So this time you add x minus 2 equal to 4, you add, and then it cancels out. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0, right? Only x is coming down. If you add here, you have to add here too. X this time equal to 6. This one you subtracted to cancel the 2. Since you subtracted here, you subtract the other side. Then you got 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. Your x is 2. This side you add, that way 2 will cancel out. Then 4 plus 2 is 6. So now you got your x as a 6. What about multiplication? You know, multiplication, let's say 2x equal to 4. You have to divide it. So now 2 divided 2 is x. So if you divide here, you have to divide here too. 4 divided 2 is equal to 2, right? 4 divided 2 is 2. What about the division? X divided 2 equal to 4. You have to multiply now. That way, once you multiply, you have 2x over 2 equal to 4 times 2 is 8, right? So they cancel each other now, because 2 divided 2 is 1. 1 times x is x, and 4 times 2, because you multiply here, right? 4 times 2 is 8. This time your x is 8. This is how you solve addition, or you might subtract to find the x, or you might divide it, or you might multiply. So this is you subtract it, so x alone come down here. Here you add it, so it cancels, you know, the 2 cancels. Then x only comes down here. Here you add it, here you divide it, and here you multiply. What about words? You know, in 7th grade, you might be given words. Someone standing there, the light, you know, pole there, the light was there, the wall created the shadow, the person created shadow, how tall is the person, how, things like that. So let's do one words to find x. Light bulb is 3 meters tall, right? Is the light bulb 3 meters tall? Is the light tall 3 meters? It created shadow. This is all shadow. Shadow, the base or the length is 2 meters. The shadow is 2 meters. The tall is 3 meters. The shadow here 2 meters. Somebody walk here and stand here. The person, you know, the light reflect the person. The person also creates shadow. Okay. So the person also creates shadow. So the person, whatever the shadow he create, the base, or you know, the length is 1.2 meter, right? But unknown is how tall is the person. You need to find. So first, what you know how tall the ball is, 3 over unknown, how tall is the person, 3 over x, equal, this is the base, this is the base, 2m over 1.2. Now in order to find x, what we did here, we had x over 2, we multiply the 2, right, we multiply the 2, the 2 cancelled out, and then you have only x here, right? Now you have to multiply x here. When you multiply x here, x will cancel out, and then you have to multiply here too for x, right? So x is cancelled, and you multiply here x2. Now we have only 3 here, right? So now we have only 3 here, right? Now what we gonna move? 1.2. How? Division right here, right? 2 divided 1.2. So we have to multiply here 1.2. 1.2, it cancelled out. Once 1.2 is cancelled, you have to multiply here 2. So what are you gonna get? You're gonna get a 3.6, right? So 3.6. Now you have this side 2x, you have to divide 2, right? 2 divide 2 is 1, 1 times x. Now you have x alone here. If you divided 2 here, you have to divide also 2 here. What are you gonna get? 1.8. This is how tall is the person now. The light bulb is 3 meters. The shadow create, the base or the floor shadow, that length 2 meters. 1.2 is the shadow the person created, and the person is 1.8, right? So more practice, that's perfect. So that's how you can solve, in 7th grade before you go to the 8th grade, finding x. And then words problem here, you might be given some words problem, and then this is how you solve it. So you might subtract or add or divide it or multiply in order to make the x stand alone.